Hello everyone, how are you all doing? It's so great to see you and happy that you're here. I'm certainly happy to be back. I've been off for like a week now, over a week I think, since I did my last video. I went away with the Mrs. Street. We went away on a little trip last week, had some good times, saw some friends and family, and it was wonderful. And anyway, I'm back and thought I'd do a couple of videos for you. And while I was gone, last Friday, it happened, yes. Jeff Lynne's ELO released a brand new album this past Friday from out of nowhere. Jeff Lynne's ELO. I know that glare. Sorry about the glare. There's the CD cover. Here's the back. 10 songs on this brand new album, folks, and I could not be happier that this album is here, and I am here to talk about it with you today and review it for you. And what I'm hoping you'll come away with, not to give everything away or let the horses out of the barn yet, but let me just say I love this album and I'm highly recommending it to all my viewers out there and anyone who enjoys my videos. You won't go wrong with this one. If you're a fan of ELO, folks, I think you're going to really love this album, From Out of Nowhere, Jeff Lynne's ELO. Now, I've been an ELO fan for a long time, folks, going way back to the 70s. Now, if you're buying this album and all you know is the classic period, you know that period from around 1975 until perhaps 1980 or so, you know, like these three albums, you had a New World Record. I'm not showing all their albums, but this classic period from 1976, a New World Record, and then in 77 you had Out of the Blue. Okay, you may all remember that one. And then in 1979, a couple of years later, was Discovery. Okay, that classic period of ELO, it can't be beat. Any of you that have been fans of ELO know what I'm talking about. Their music is phenomenal. Jeff Lynne is a genius. He's a musical genius at least. And he's put out wonderful music for decades and decades. And don't go into this expecting that classic period, okay? If that's all you know, you may be a little like, ho-hum with this album. But for those of you that are diehard fans, you know what I'm talking about. People that have been fans from the very beginning of the early 70s, coming right through the classic period, and then even after that classic period, when they went into that 80s period of releasing albums like Time in 1981, or Secret Messages in 1983, and then their final official album for their first run was in 1986, and that was called ELO. Oh man, I'm going crazy now. ELO was that one in 1986. You know the one I'm talking about. Their final album there, it had the song So Serious on it and Calling America. Oh, that's it, Balance of Power. That's the one. Balance of Power was their final album in 86. And then that was it. Jeff got involved in other things. Certainly you all know him as a world-famous producer of George Harrison, Tom Petty, Roy Orbison, Del Shannon. He's even done some producing with Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr. The man is amazing, and then we all, as Beatle fans, know him best as being the producer of Free as a Bird and Real Love, the quasi-Beatles reunion songs from the anthology period in the mid-90s. And I just think he's done a fabulous job all the way through. I love his producing skills, and I just think he's a great talent. Well, anyway, after 86, like I said, he went through that producing period, and he released, stuff with the Traveling Wilburys. As you know, he was a member of the Traveling Wilburys with George, and, well, let's just say it, Bob Dylan, Tom Petty, and Roy Orbison, and they put out two wonderful albums. He then got involved in putting out his own solo album, which did okay. I love it. I think it's fantastic. And that was it. You didn't hear from him after that for a while. I mean, he was still doing his producing duties and things of that nature, but he really wasn't recording. Then he came out with another solo album in around 2012, and that was great. But let's go back a little bit. ELO, what happened to them? Well, in 2001, Jeff put out another ELO album. It's called Electric Light Orchestra Zoom. All right? Lovely album. I can't get enough of this album. Some people do not like it. Again, if you're just into the classic ELO period, once you get beyond that, you may say, I didn't like the stuff after the classic years. Folks, I'm here to tell you, it's great stuff. he had to morph and he had to change over the years. He couldn't just stay with the same old stuff from the mid to late 70s. He morphed, he developed, he evolved, and he put out great music. Those last three ELO albums are fantastic. And then when he put out Zoom in 2001, I was so happy he was back again making music. Well, then another break goes by, another decade or more goes by, and we don't hear from Jeff Lynne doing anything with ELO again. And then in 2015, he comes out with Alone in the Universe. Great album. Love this album. It was a return to form for me. I just got into it, and I think it's great. I love the cover, too. I always love the cover of Alone in the Universe. And that was it again after 2015, folks. A few more years go by. He did some shows and things. And then we get word that he's putting out another ELO album. Fantastic. So just this past Friday, Jeff Lynne's ELO put out Alone in the Universe. If you followed his career all the way through, like I said, you're going to love this album, folks. You're going to love it. It's fantastic. I highly recommend it. If you haven't been following his career, as I said, you're going to just look to that classic period and go, well, this isn't like that. You've got to give it a chance, folks. You have to give his music a chance. It's developed over the years, but it's fantastic. And there's many elements of classic ELO in this new album. Okay? So, excuse me. Let me go through the album a little bit with you, track by track, give you my thoughts on it, and then I'm going to show you a special surprise at the end because I have the limited edition vinyl of the brand new album, and you're going to love what you see. So stick around for that. So let me start with this, Alone from Out of Nowhere. Fab vocals and playing by Jeff all the way through. Jeff does everything on this album except for one song. His old friend and cohort from the old ELO days, Richard Tandy, is back. Yes, he's back. On one song, Richard plays piano, and that's great. But for the most part, Jeff does everything on this album. He does all the instruments, all the harmonies, all the lead vocals, and he sounds fantastic. Vocals are great, the playing is great, the musicality is great, and of course the production is great. It's Jeff Lynne. Just sounds wonderful, folks. Let's go with the first song here. The first song on this album is called From Out of Nowhere. Title track. Great opener, folks. It's classic ELO, nice melody, very uplifting song. You know, one of those, you know, if you ever know of the song All Over the World or I'm Alive from the Xanadu album, it's got that uplifting, great hook to it, positive lyrics. It's just so upbeat. I love it. Love the opening track. I think it's a great opener. From Out of Nowhere gets a star from me. Second song is called Help Yourself. Now, Help Yourself is a more mid-tempo song, not as upbeat and fast as the first song, but it's classic ELO. It's got that great solo to it, nice piano fill in there, classic Jeff Lynne riff in there on the piano. You'll recognize it right away. Help Yourself is a nice mid-tempo song, and I give it a star. Great song. The third song, All My Love. Very modern sound and groove to it, okay? It's got a bit of a Latin flavor, at least in my mind anyway, and I like it. It's a slower tempo song, but I like it quite a bit, and that's All My Love. I didn't give it a star, but let me tell you here right off the bat, folks, the star songs are thumbs up, 2 thumbs up for me, great, love them. If I don't give it a star, that just means it's a very good song, and I'll tell you that. I'm going to tell you right now, out of the 10 songs on this, I'm not giving any song a thumbs down or a stinker label, okay? I like every song on this album, so you know where I'm coming from. Song number 4 is called Down Came the Rain. Great guitar lick in this song. I love the lyrics. It's classic ELO. I love the solo. It's got a great melody. I just love this song, and I'm here to say that right now, Down Came the Rain, track number 4, is probably my favorite song on the album. I love it that much. Okay, track 5, now, or ending side 1, however you want to look at it. Track 5 is Losing You. This is a classic ELO ballad. It's, you know, the lost love lyrics, fabulous melody, just great stuff all around. I love Losing You. You're going to love it. Okay? Now, track 6, or flipping over to side 2, is called One More Time. This is a classic ELO rocker. Great stuff here, folks. Richard Tandy, this is the song he's featured on piano. And if you remember the classic, like, old-time rock and roller songs that Jeff Lynne would write, like on the Secret Messages album, Rock and Roll is King. Rama, 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 rock and roll is king. You know, that classic kind of early rocker style, or Rattled from the first Traveling Wilburys album, that, you know, classic 50s rockabilly style. Well, this is kind of like that. One More Time is that classic rock sound to it. And I tell you, it's great stuff. I love it. It's got a good vibe to it, and gets a star from me. And did I say Losing You got a star from me also? So here we are, folks. We're up to 6 songs on this album, and 5 of them get 2 thumbs up stars from me. So we're on a roll here. Track number 7 is called Sci-Fi Woman. It's another like All My Love, which was track 3. Sci-Fi Woman is more of a modern ELO sound. It has more of that modern sound to it. And I like it. Good lyrics. It's very catchy, and I like the guitar solo in it. It's a good song. Didn't give it a star. You know, I'm not raving about it, but I like it a lot. Good song. No clunker here. Track 8 is called Going Out on Me. This is like a 50s mid-tempo piano groove type song. You know, picture those old you know, like a 50s style tune, like mid-tempo, with strings accompanying the tune, and about lost love again. I like, you know, that theme comes back a couple of times on this album. I really like the solo on Going Out on Me. It's a great song, and I like it enough, folks, that I gave it a star, 2 thumbs up. Track 9 is called Time of Our Life. This is, again, one of my favorites on the album. Great song. It's a rocker, classic ELO rocker. It's about, he's basically writing about, remember a few years ago they did the big Wembley Stadium comeback show. It was on DVD, it was released on album and vinyl and CD and everything. And it's basically a song about a tribute to that show, that he was so excited about the response he got at that Wembley concert and the concert since, that he's basically wrote a tribute to the fans here, like saying, you know, how they've had the time of their life, you know, being back in the saddle, doing what he loves best, playing for the fans, and to see that positive reaction of the fans at their shows now. I mean, they're selling out everywhere, folks, all over the world. All over the world. Everybody. Love that song, too. Anyway, sorry. Time of Our Life is just a great song, and I gave it a star, 2 thumbs up. Track 9, Time of Our Life. You got to hear it. It's fantastic. And there's a great video out there for it, too. Check that out on YouTube. Track 10 is called Songbird. Slower tempo song. Nice ballad. It's got a blues kind of jazzy feel to it with a nice groove. A nice guitar solo by Jeff in there. Great harmonies. Again, I'm not, you know, raving, jumping up and down about it. It's kind of a slower song, more of a ballad, but I like it. I really like it. I'm not giving it a star, but I like it a lot, okay? So that's it, folks. The 10 songs there, all right? I gave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 songs get a 2 thumbs up star from me. Love them. They're great. The other 3 songs, I like them a lot. Can't go wrong there, can you? And I'm here to say that I can probably give this album an A- for sure. I just love this album, folks. I remember the first time I heard it, when I first put it on Friday, I was like, okay, yeah, okay, it's good. But then it grew on me. It really grew on me to the point that this album I liked a lot. But there were, you know, this album was more like ups and downs. You know, for me, there was some highlights, and there was a couple like, I wish he, you know, had done this better here. But I liked this album, Alone in the Universe from 2015. It was pretty good. I'd give this maybe a B-. You know, it was okay. But the more I've listened to this one, folks, Jeff has stepped up his game. This is a great, great ELO album. A nice addition to the catalog. Get it. Now, I want to show you my special surprise here. Not only did I get the CD, which I've been burning out. I'm going to have to get a new one. I'm playing it so much. But I got the limited edition vinyl. Now you got to see this thing, this lenticular cover. The spaceship, ELO spaceship, comes out of nowhere. Can you see that happening? I don't know how it's showing up on the thing, folks. I'll do my best here, but it's not there. See, it's just a plain black cover. It says Jeff Lindsay ELO at top and then From Out of Nowhere at the bottom. I know the glare, I apologize. But then all of a sudden, look in the center of the album. The light appears. And then, whoosh. I know, I'm like a big kid here. Woo, I could play Small Things Amuse Small Minds. You know, folks, but come on, look at that thing. You know, black cover, out of nowhere. Boom! I love it. Nice hype sticker on it. Beautiful back cover. I still got it in the shrink, so I can't show you the center spread there, whatever you call it. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited about this album. You get some nice lyrics on the back here. Jeff Lindsay ELO logo on the back. And then here's the creme de la creme, as I like to say. Woohoo! Gold vinyl. There's the label, limited edition gold vinyl, folks. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Woo. Nice, 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 nice. So, that's it. Oh, one last thing I want to show you is what you get pretty much that with the album, with the gold limited edition album. But what's nice about the CD, why it might be good to get the CD too, is you get some great pictures of Jeff that you don't get with the regular vinyl limited edition gold vinyl album. So I'll show you those. There's another nice picture of Jeff. Nice one there with his acoustic guitar. Nice center spread with the ship. Nice one of Jeff there. Just want you to see everything here. And another of the spaceship. And that's pretty much it. I don't think there's much here, just another image here. But that's a nice little touch with the CD booklet, folks, as you get more pictures of Jeff with the CD booklet. But boy, you can't beat this thing. This lenticular cover here with the black cover, all of a sudden the spaceship appears when you turn it. That's just fantastic. I just love that stuff. So anyway, that's it, folks. I'm giving this album an A-. I mean, I'm almost saying it's an almost perfect ELO album for me. I love it. It's fantastic. Check it out. ELO, Jeff Lindsay ELO, From Out of Nowhere. Just came out a few days ago. Get it. Check it out. God bless you all. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.